tried to be the good guy. I tried to be conciliatory. I tried to extend the olive branch to all you LeBron fans in the video I just did. But you know what? Oh, it gotta be me. Saw some of the responses, early responses I got, and I just looked around YouTube, man, and I can't do this shit, man. Nah. I mean, I knew this day was coming for years, man. I knew that the day that LeBron James would pass Michael Jordan in playoff scoring. I knew that the LeBron worshippers, I'm not talking about people that admire LeBron James. I'm talking about people that really worship him and the Jordan haters. They were waiting for this day. The playoffs is the ultimate platform for success, and everybody knows that the playoffs determine in a lot of people's eyes what greatness is all about. And you know, I remember when Jordan passed Jabbar, and I think it was during the Indiana Pacers series. I think Jabbar had 5,762 points in his playoff career. And I think it was game 7, I think, when Jordan passed. Yeah, game 7 when Jordan passed Jabbar. And people mentioned it, but it wasn't like how it is now. I mean, nobody was comparing Jordan did it in such and such. I mean, they did mention that Jordan did in fewer games, but that didn't negate Jabbar, you know. But I don't remember all of this. But then again, social media wasn't then what it is now. But I feel a need to address certain things, okay? Number one, for those of you who are new, subscribers of mine, don't really know how I feel about this issue. I think Michael Jordan is the greatest NBA player of all time, and I don't think that LeBron James has passed Michael Jordan. I don't think he's caught Michael Jordan, to be honest with you. And I don't think he ever really will. Let me address something that a couple of my subscribers said. Well, LeBron James, while he did it in more games than Michael, it took 33 more games for him to pass Michael in playoff scoring. He took 120 fewer shots. So that means that he's more efficient. That means that Jordan is really a volume scorer. That proves it right then and there. He's a volume scorer, Michael. You failed to mention that one. Well, first of all, let me respond to that. You didn't mention that LeBron James has taken something like, what, 200 more free throw attempts than Michael? Also, he's attempted far more three-pointers, and he's made 170 more, which is 170 extra points right there, plus the added free throws. And also, Jordan shot 48.7% in his playoff career. LeBron, 48.2%. So Jordan actually is more efficient. Not by much, but he's more efficient. So that ends that argument right there. Jordan took more field goal attempts in that space of time because he didn't take as many free throw attempts and he didn't shoot as many three-pointers. So he had to take more attempts to get the same amount of points because he didn't shoot as many threes, because everybody knows who has basic math, a three-point shot is worth more than a two-point shot. So anyway, let me go further into this. Number one, you got people like Bill Laimbeer and some anonymous retired executive who's too fucking scared to put his name out there in public because he didn't want to face the fire, of controversy or people criticizing him. This isn't the fucking FBI, okay? This isn't Watergate. This isn't Deep Throat. Fucking say your name. You're not gonna be prosecuted because you think that LeBron James is better than Michael. But I just want a name, a face to these words. Don't be fucking anonymous. But he says, when asked who's better, LeBron James or Jordan, he said LeBron, and he's starting to separate. What are you basing that on? What are you basing that on? What does LeBron James do where he's better than Michael? Because when Michael played more of a LeBron role earlier in his career, when he dominated the basketball, I thought that he was LeBron, but better. Jordan was having seasons putting up 33 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. What was it, 10 triple-doubles in the 15 games he played point guard? Now, when he played off the ball, which was more the 90s, his numbers were still great, but he didn't have the same assist numbers because he didn't have the basketball as much. He didn't dominate the basketball as much. Scottie Pippen was more of a point forward. It was either him or B.J. Armstrong. But, of course, if you didn't watch the games, you wouldn't know that. Later on, it was Pippen and Ron Harper. While Jordan's role was to just score with the latter Bulls. But I still want to say, what is it that LeBron James does better than Michael Jordan? I want to know this consistently. LeBron James is a better athlete. Michael, you know that. 6'8", 250. 44-inch vertical. Okay. Jordan had a 48-inch vertical in his prime. Jordan was quicker. Jordan was faster. Jordan was better defensively. Jordan has the Defensive Player of the Year award in his resume. On his resume. Strength. LeBron James was probably stronger, but Jordan closed that gap in the 90s. Ask Robert Ory. Look at highlights of Jordan when he playing with the latter-day Bulls in the mid to late 90s. Look at those games. Look at him when he was playing with the Wizards. Now, he wasn't the same guy, but Jordan was so strong at that particular time. Look how many and ones Jordan had when he was playing with the Wizards. He was able to power off shots. He often was playing the power forward position. This is a guy who came into the league, a lanky 6'5", 189-pound shooting guard. By the time he was with the Wizards, he was playing power forward sometimes. He was that strong. Level of competition. Jordan played against various Hall of Famers. Guys, and I'm not talking about potential. I mean guys who you already knew were going to be Hall of Famers when he was playing against them. Everybody knew that Magic Johnson. Well, you know what? I'm just going to keep it to the Eastern Conference. Everybody knew that Alonzo Moore was going to be a Hall of Famer. Tim Hardaway was going to be a Hall of Famer. Reggie Miller was going to be a Hall of Famer. Dominique Wilkins was going to be a Hall of Famer. Charles Barkley was going to be a Hall of Famer. Isaiah Thomas and Joe Dumars was going to be Hall of Famers. Shaq was going to be a Hall of Famer. You get the idea? Patrick Ewing was going to be a Hall of Famer. We knew these things. He was playing against a level of competition that was so much higher than what LeBron James is going against. It's laughable. It's laughable to compare these two in so many different areas. Name one guy. Paul George, possibly. Other than Paul George, tell me someone who you know is definitely going to be a Hall of Famer. Don't get me on his way if he does this. if he continues to score 27 points a game, somebody right now, other than maybe Paul George, that you know are going to be a Hall of Famer. No one. No one in the Eastern Conference. No one. Maybe, if he continues where he's at, John Wall. And I'm sorry, didn't Cleveland? Didn't feel like Cleveland ducked him? But this is a guy that people say is the greatest player of all time, LeBron James. Unfucking believable, man. Unfucking believable. The guy has the biggest... People actually have the audacity to say that Michael Jordan was a media creation, and you look at this shit going on now, and you say that shit with a straight fucking face? I never recall listening to sports radio outside of Chicago. You give them a pass because they're from Chicago. I never remember looking at a national sports syndicated radio program like The Herd, and you got a fucking guy who constantly sucks your dick. Colin Coward is LeBron James' fanboy. Shannon Sharpe is a fanboy. Constantly hyping LeBron James. We didn't have that back then. You had educated sports fans who generally said that they thought Michael was the best. Some people even didn't say it then. They thought maybe it was Will Chamberlain. Some people thought it was Kareem. A few people even said Dr. J. But this is ridiculous. The guy just be a team in the Eastern Conference Finals, a team without their best player for the most part during the series. Didn't have their best player. Saw the same thing in the Western Conference, by the way. Almost makes you wonder whether these fucking series are rigged, man. They want to ensure that these two fucking teams go to the finals every fucking year. Yeah, Jordan went to the finals six times in the 1990s, but he had competition. He had competition. Even though Jordan wasn't right in 95, Orlando beat Chicago. But this is the truth about LeBron James. He's a great individual basketball player, but he's a media hype job right now. Right now, this is media hype. And it boosts up a lot of people who are LeBron James fans into thinking he's something he's not. You can manipulate numbers into making them say whatever you want them to say. It's easy to do. I tell you what, if the standard is Michael Jordan, and if people are saying that LeBron James is better than Michael Jordan, I don't want to hear one fucking excuse if his team loses to Golden State and he stinks it up. He better play like Michael Jeffrey fucking Jordan in his finals. I'm talking about 30 points. I'm talking about triple doubles. I'm talking about 40 points. I'm talking about memorable finals performances by LeBron James. Because if he fails, if Golden State beats this fucking team, I don't want to hear not one fucking excuse from you motherfuckers. Not one, goddammit. Not one. Because every fucking day of my fucking existence, I'm going to shit on LeBron James. Because if you don't fucking live up to the standards of Jordan, then goddammit, don't fucking mention his name in the fucking more. I'm tired of every fucking time Cleveland wins, it's LeBron wins. But when they lose, it's Cleveland. It's Kyrie Irving needs to step up. It's Kevin Love needs to step up. But I don't remember LeBron James hitting the three-pointer over Stephen Curry last year in the finals to seal the deal. I do remember LeBron James nearly blowing it for Cleveland, missing 1 or 2 free throws. Oh, but he hurt his hand. He hurt his hand. Who saw fucking what? Jordan nearly severed his fucking finger off his shooting hand. And he's still on a fucking title in 98. I'm getting to the point where, you know what? I'm going to say the fucking unthinkable. All this fucking hype with this guy, you know what? Fuck it. I was rooting for Cleveland, but all this fucking hype and hoopla and all you fucking dick suckers who've come out of the woodwork, who come from nowhere. I mean, I see a guy who hasn't uploaded videos in nearly 3 years. All of a sudden come out of retirement because he thinks that his God, son LeBron, is going to pass Michael. He's come out of retirement. It's ridiculous, man. A guy just come out of nowhere, man. But you know what? I'm rooting for Golden State. Fuck it. Rooting for Golden State. I'd rather deal with Golden State fans, even though they're annoying. The focus isn't on Curry so much this year. I can't stand idolization. I can't stand it. Last year it was just Curry. Oh, Curry. At least with this year, it's more of a team with the Warriors. Did you forget that LeBron James is the same guy who begged for more help earlier this year? Oh, I need more help. After Golden State eviscerated his fucking team in the second matchup, oh, we need more help. Oh, we can't. I need more help. I need to bring another playmaker. I need more rebounders. I need a general manager. I need. Can we have 6 men on starting lineup? I know it's usually 5, but can I have 6? Mr. Owner Gilbert. Can we? Can I eat some spinach before games? I need my nutrition. I mean, this guy needs every fucking thing for a competitive edge that I've ever fucking seen, man. Whereas with Michael Jordan, most of the time when he wanted somebody with the Chicago Bulls, Reinsdorf and the late Jerry Krause usually ignored Michael. Michael wanted Walter Davis. They got Brad Sellers. Jordan and Pippen did not want Tony Kukoc on that team. Jerry Krause thought that Scottie Pippen was going to be the future of the Bulls. Ultimately, Jordan never was ass-kissed by the Chicago organization the way that they kissed LeBron's. And last but not least, even though I'm probably regurgitating some things I've said before, LeBron James will never be on the same level as Michael Jordan because of 2 words: the decision. The fact that he quit on his team. He quit on the Cleveland Cavaliers in 2010 when they were upset by the Boston Celtics. People forget. People with their revisionist history will say shit like, well, LeBron made that team good. They weren't really that good. Really? Then why is it that the coach at the time, what's his name, Mike James? I forget his name. The guy who's coaching the Warriors now. He won Coach of the Year. I believe LeBron James won the MVP award that year. I believe the Cavaliers had the best record that year. No, they had the second best. I think the Lakers had the best record. was saying the Pistons were, the Celtics were getting old. This is LeBron's year. This is their year. Remember they would, before the preseason, before the games, they would do the little camera shot. You know, they would play around and it was feeling themselves and they were the best team and all this. And they lost to the Celtics. And LeBron James, who had one of the most irrelevant triple-doubles in NBA history, took off his jersey and said, fuck this team, I'm leaving. And he quit. And he had to go to a super team. And then he went on in 2011 in a series where they were favored to win, have one of the worst series ever by a so-called legend. Ever. Probably the worst. Ever. 2012, they beat a very young team with Durant, Westbrook, and Harden. Because you guys know, if he played that team now, they would beat the shit out of fucking Cleveland. That team was young. Harden was young. Westbrook was young. All those guys were young. 2013, he got bailed out by Ray Allen. 2014, they lost. 2015, they lost. Okay? 2016, LeBron James and Brian Windhorst got Draymond Green thrown a game 5. Being the princess that he is, that plus the Bogut injury forever changed that series. That's the truth. You take away all of that shit, and LeBron James's record in the postseason would be more like 1-5. 1-6, excuse me. 1-6. Because I give him the one with the Thunder. He's overrated. And I'm telling you guys right now, his teams could never beat the Pistons, really. Definitely the Celtics. They never could beat them. People forget this shit. He missed the playoffs the first couple years of his career. When people always want to say LeBron, Jordan got swept. Well, at least Jordan fucking took his team to the playoffs. Even the year he only played 18 games, he still took them to the playoffs. And he tussled with the mighty Celtics, one of the greatest teams of all time. Jordan earned every bit of the accolades he got because he went through the sweat and the tears and the heartache and the pain of losing, and he didn't quit on his fucking team. LeBron James fucking quit, and that's something that'll never go away. He quit on his fucking team. He'll never be a fucking Michael Jordan. I don't care what the fucking media tells me. I know better. So let you guys be fooled by this bullshit. Be fooled by it. I don't give a shit. I know what the fucking deal is. Everybody with a fucking brain know what the deal is. Even if you don't think Michael Jordan's the greatest, you know that LeBron James isn't. He plays against the weakest conference ever. This is the weakest conference in NBA history. That's a fact. That's not opinion. That's a fact. I can't think of too many players during their title reigns that have played with more potential Hall of Famers than LeBron James. Chris Bosh, he's borderline, but most likely he's going to the Hall of Fame. Dwayne Wade is a no doubt about her. Kyrie Irving, most likely is going to be a Hall of Famer. Kevin Love, barring injuries, probably going to be a Hall of Famer. Those are 4 Hall of Famers right there. But this is a guy who needs help. I need help everywhere. I need help on the bench. I need help with playmakers. I need help with rebounding. I need help with defensive players. I need shooters. I need this. I need that. Jordan took the team that he had every year and took him on his back. A couple years, he just said, you know what? I'm going to have to expect more of myself to win. In 93, that was a weak-ass team. They weren't invincible. They were looked at as almost like any other team. But Jordan took that team on his back. Everybody thought the Knicks had overtaken the Bulls. Jordan said, I'm going to have to take more of the load offensively. I'm going to have to step up even higher on the defensive end. And that's what he did. Even when he was older with the Chicago Bulls, there were times when he was hunched over, exhausted, maybe even having some self-doubt in his mind, but he willed himself. He willed himself to that sixth title. He was, like Bob Costas said, he was playing on fucking fumes. And he willed himself and the Chicago Bulls to that sixth title. He took that fucking ball from Karl Malone and said, fuck you. This is my fucking championship. I don't give a fuck what city I am in. I'm not going to let some fucking dude who's a media manipulative hype job, who whines and cries and complains all the fucking time, and a bunch of fucking people who don't like Michael Jordan, who now see the opportunity and want to seize the opportunity to shit on him and now praise LeBron. I'm not going to sit idly by. Jordan's better. In the fucking video.